go get them again.
Welcome back to the DEWY channel. I'm your host Mark, and on the docket today we have an unboxing first impression video on the brand of Juliette Has a Gun. This is a first on the DEWY channel. I've never smelt anything from this brand. I've seen them at Sephora usually. They seem pretty popular in Sephora. I've never smelled any. We're taking a look at Lady Vengeance today. It is from this mega big Fragflex return haul that I got. It might be strictly a woman's fragrance, men's fragrance, or it can be unisex. I'll let you know. My taste kind of goes more, all male, all unisex, and almost going into the femme. There's a few things in the femme aisle that I can't really, a peach has to be really well done, but if it's really peachy, I just have this idea of it's a woman's fragrance. There's a few florals here and there, but that's about it. So Lady Vengeance, I feel like, again, this is a brand that I have no experience with. I'll be honest, this might be, it is one of their older ones, right? 2006. The nose behind this is a master perfumier, now the in-house perfumier for Dior. He has his own line, Maison Franciscaise. Of course, one of my favorite perfumiers of all time, Francis K. So he did my baby back when I was in high school called Le Mall. But he has excellent fragrances to his name, obviously most notable for, I guess, Baccarat Rouge, now 540, which is kind of weird, kind of putting him into, he's the creator of that than other things that I really think of him as, but I could see why. So Juliette Has a Gun. From afar, the bottles look great. That's about it. That's all I got from this line. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. Definitely smash that like button if you're a subscriber, not much appreciated. Much love to the fragrance community. Let's delve into Lady Vengeance. Let's take a look at the note breakdown as per Fragrantica. Now, as always, Fragrantica is not always gospel for notes. They can be wrong, so keep that in mind. We have fresh opening, bergamot lavender. So we got some floral / citrus, and we got patchouli, rose, and vanilla. So patchouli and rose usually play well in the sandbox together. Vanilla, of course, one of Francis. So Francis K's recipe, or his strong suit, we'll say. Things that he does really, really well, from my experience. Vanillas, ambers mostly, but vanilla, of course, because of Le Mall fame. Lavender he does well in Le Mall as well. But rose. Rose is huge with Francis K. He has, his Maison Franciscaise has like a whole line on rose. He really likes playing with that thing. And he's good with it. He's excellent. He's one of the better ones that makes a watery rose. We'll see what we get out of this. Is this a rose-based fragrance? Maybe. From the note breakdown I'm looking at here, and then basically we have ambroxan. Did I read that correctly? Ambroxan. Okay. Okay. Yeah, rose is his you-know-what. So there's nothing here that screams, Lady Vengeance. The only thing I could sense that this is going to be. So my educated guess is the rose would have thorns, and what's going to give it thorns here is the patchouli. It's the only note in here that can really make this thing darker. And this is foam packaging. Not bad. The bottles are gorgeous. Great detail. I actually kind of like it. It has almost like that gothic look. Juliette Has a Gun. It really has like a woman with attitude. Okay, so let's see what we get. Oh, the cap actually surprisingly heavy. I wasn't expecting that. So let's see what we get on strip first, then on skin. Let's see. Oh, that's a good atomizer. Let's see what we get out of this one. Francis K is the pen. Let's see what he drew up for us. Yeah, this is a gorgeous, thinned out, watery rose. It's pretty. It's not, with a vengeance, I don't know about that. It doesn't have any thorns yet. A big, watery rose. Yeah, it makes me think of his Maison Franciscaise, like the high echelon stuff. Really beautiful, really simple Francis K release. that smells like it would be something from his high-end Maison Francis K. It's simplistic, but it's good quality to my nose. Ambroxan's not a factor to me right now. Yeah, I smell a big bouquet of red roses. That's what I'm smelling here. There's a little bit of green nuances. That could come from the rose. It could come from the patchouli. But the rose itself is like wet, like almost dewy, damp rose, you could say. Let's see what I like these atomizers that you can just go whoosh. I like those. Ooh, ooh, this is going to be a strong one, apparently. Maybe I put too much. Yeah, this is just the watery thin rose. Definitely doesn't have the bite that I thought I was going to get, like Lady Vengeance. I don't know with the name. Maybe I'm wrong here, but the blending is excellent in here. Yeah, you can sense every little piece, but mostly, obviously, primary rose, a little bit of patchouli, a little bit of lavender, a little bit of bergamot, but mostly like 85% of this thing is rose, rose, rose. Yeah, like a misty rose petal, a little bit of green from the patchouli. Blending is outstanding. Classy, fresh rose to me. It might darken on skin, maybe later on. Yeah, and honestly, again, this is new to me. Not new to me. I've seen Juliette Has a Gun throughout my years. I've seen a bunch of reviewers. They get free bottles, by the way. They give out free bottles. This brand. I think they gave out Moscow Mule, Vanilla Vibes. The ones that get hyped on you, like you can pinpoint which ones got hyped and given free bottles with the amount of reviews that they have against others. It's not because they're better fragrances. It just means there was a marketing push. Moscow Mule had a marketing push. Vanilla Vibes had a marketing push. I think Sunny Side Up had a marketing push. You can tell which ones have a marketing push. It just doesn't mean it's a better fragrance. It's just like this was before marketing was made, 2006. So you're not going to see too many Lady Vengeance fragrance reviews. But at the end of the day, yeah, I don't know how much these go for. I'm assuming, designer-ish, maybe a little higher. Like it was in those, I remember in Sephora's, this was like in the, not on where all the designers were. It was with like Atelier Cologne had its own little desk and Juliette Had a Gun had it. Well, at least the Sephora's I was at. Juliette Had a Gun had their own desk, but I never really smelt them. I should have, but this is highly unisex. You have to like rose. 100% you have to like rose. But if you like the rose, any of the roses in the Maison Francis K, that you've smelled throughout the years, because he's done several for his house, his niche house. This is the same kind of thing. Now, it might get redundant, and I'm not saying it's not. I'm just trying to pinpoint where the thorns are, and maybe there isn't any. Is it going to get darker? It's getting denser on my skin, the rose. Like it was a watery, thinned out rose petals kind of thing, but now it's getting much more vivid and a little more depth, which I think is the patchouli coming in and perhaps the vanillic qualities. I'm getting a little bit of that depth there. Yeah. So surprisingly, and again, just because it doesn't pull from the theme, it has Francis K quality to it from what I'm smelling, which is always a good thing. Yeah, very simplistic, at least right now. Obviously, I haven't worn it, but it seems like the idea is not going to move much. We'll see. We'll see. Again, I'm going to reserve judgment for a full review when I'm wearing it like 8 hours in, if it lasts that long, but it seems like there's not much to this thing. Just a really good rose. Like he does roses so well, so vivid. Yeah. So I got this one at Fragflex. You can too. Fragflex.com. You can use my code TFG10. You get 10% off on the whole site if you wish to do so. They do, of course, sell Juliette Has a Gun for obvious reasons. I have one. And yeah, now that you heard my take, I'd love to see yours in the comments below. Like this is a brand that maybe you want to see more from me. Again, this is my first one. You want more. I can you know, go and search out little samples for the ones that were hyped and see if they are hype worthy, and then maybe get a couple samples of some that were not hyped and kind of just see and gauge. That's what I do. So I'd love to see those comments below if you have smelt Lady Vengeance or not. Recommendations are always great to me and the audience, to people that click on this video. When I click on videos on YouTube, most times I check out the comments. Please give us your take, especially if you smelt a lot of these. It would be very handy for people that check out these videos. And as always, a great pour fragrance will make a lasting impression. Choose your rose-based fragrance wisely. Thanks for watching, YouTube. Have a good one.